A federal manhunt is underway tonight for a man convicted in connection with violence on January 6th who never showed up to court on Friday, the day he was supposed to be sentenced. 52-year-old Christopher John Worrell, a Florida Proud Boy, had been found guilty of 7 counts, including assaulting, resisting, or impeding officers while using a dangerous weapon, obstruction of an official proceeding, disorderly conduct in a restricted building or grounds with a deadly or dangerous weapon, engaging in physical violence in a restricted building or grounds with a deadly or dangerous weapon. According to court records, Worrell was scheduled to be sentenced in Washington on Friday afternoon, but apparently disappeared days before making that appearance. He was and still is facing up to 14 years in prison for his actions on January 6th, and now he faces an additional charge of violating conditions of release pending sentencing. In his written ruling following Worrell's 5-day trial back in May, U.S. District Judge Royce Lamberth wrote, quote, "The evidence demonstrates that Mr. Worrell traveled to Washington, D.C. for the purpose of ensuring the Electoral College certification of President Biden failed. The evidence shows that he then furthered that goal by both joining the mob and then by spraying the officers," referring to a pepper spray gel Worrell used against officers at the Capitol. Last month, Worrell's co-defendant and fellow Florida Proud Boy Daniel Scott was sentenced to 5 years for similar charges, but he had actually pled guilty, and that can actually help you in sentencing. Worrell had been detained pre-trial, but Judge Lamberth allowed him to be released to home detention after finding that D.C. jails were failing to provide adequate treatment for his non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The judge ordered Worrell to surrender his passport, be subjected to GPS monitoring, which of course raises some serious questions. Joining us now is Art Roderick, former assistant director for investigations for the U.S. Marshals, who has seen hundreds of cases like this in his career. Thanks so much for coming on the show. Appreciate it. So they probably know a lot about this guy. So what, do they start with friends and family?
Absolutely. Friends and family, social media, the whole gamut. And they have a lot of information on him already because he's appeared at court and he was getting ready to be sentenced. So in federal court, there's a pre-sentence investigation that occurs that actually gets into your whole background, your life background. So the Marshal Service or the FBI in this particular case might have a lot of information to run in already. And the mere fact that he has this medical condition is quite interesting. But what I'm concerned about is some of the background that this individual has in some of these right-wing groups.
Well, and some of the people who may have helped him, if there are any people, could also be in trouble now, right? I mean, if there's anyone helping him evade justice?
Absolutely, Dan. As you know, aiding and abetting a fugitive is a crime. I think, but with his background in the Proud Boys, there could be this right-wing group that could possibly hide him out. I've run across this in my career in the past where we find these right-wing groups, they sort of, stay in contact with each other, whether it's constitutionalists, skinheads, right-wingers. They do have somewhat of a communication against all lines. So it's interesting that he has got this medical issue, but all of a sudden he's gone a couple of days before his hearing.
What do we make of the fact that he had a GPS monitoring that he was ordered to adhere to?
Yeah, I find that kind of interesting that they didn't realize that he was already gone. As you know, the feds are pretty good when it comes to monitoring pre-trial or supervised release, and apparently that didn't occur in this particular situation.
It sounds like it may have been because they know that he went missing a few days before the Friday hearing. It sounds like they realized it at that point. I guess we're hoping that he was going to show up. But now he could be facing, what, additional charges, potential additional prison time in connection with fleeing.
Absolutely. You know, they will face additional charges. This is usually, I mean, in this particular point in time in his court case, I mean, he could definitely face additional charges for this. But first, let's get him in custody and figure out what the heck he was doing, where he was going, who
Yeah.
was helping him, for anybody else that could be charged with aiding and abetting.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.